the new 24-inch iMac that we were just discussing before we got on, and I guess the performance part of it is really just par for the course. If you've been following any of the M1 stuff, you know what to expect in terms of the overall performance. I'm a little just aesthetically on the design. I'm not. I actually like it, but I don't know if it's funny. I don't know if I'd go one of the colors, to be honest, because I don't know if any shade of the colors really grabs my attention. But at least they provided the offer of that, to make it fun and whatnot. I don't know if have you got a color that you'd pick.
I've gone in and I've seen them on display, and the thing that strikes me is the colours on the back of the machine. I know it's on the bezel and on the stand, but it's on the back of the machine. Maybe in an office environment that looks great, but if, like most people, you put your iMac up against a wall, it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Exactly. The interesting thing is that there's been a lot of benchmarking, a lot of YouTubers online running it through its tests and everything, and how basically it's effectively matching the performance of even like the high-end iMac Pros of just a few years ago. Machines that cost north of 10 grand and whatnot, and you can get this for basically two here, and it just highlights again that the M1 is really an incredible chip. The designs are really good, and you really have to argue against buying any sort of Intel-based Mac at this point because the M1s are just running circles around them.
Yeah, well, we've probably said this a couple of times already, but this is Mac back to the original ethos of Mac. If you're running Big Sur on there, and you've got Final Cut Pro and whatever other Apple native apps running, I can't imagine that you need anything else. It's the video that watch that you sent through this morning, Ben. I mean, it's an amazing comparison.
Yeah.
And, probably the only thing that gets the iMac Pro through by the skin of its teeth with its very obviously aging design is just the sheer amount of RAM that it's got.
Absolutely.
And 18 cores. So
that always helps. Yeah. The only other thing I wanted to mention with the M1, just in terms of the personal setup here for recording the podcast too, is just the dramatic difference. I guess over the course of time, over the years that we've been doing it, I've been slowly, sort of changing what hardware is used, how it's set up, etc. The biggest change that I've noticed is the fact that I literally don't have anything plugged into a port now for power or anything. I find that absolutely unbelievable. So the phone's not plugged in that's recording me. The Mac that's recording all of this is not plugged in. The only thing that I've got literally plugged in is a speaker just to boost your audio a little bit, and if I can figure out a way to get the Bluetooth working so it doesn't frizz on on the recording, I'd probably get rid of that cable as well. And that is really. Well,
I guess. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, and I was just saying that just really highlights just the change in it. It's just simplified, and also I haven't plugged. I know I'm not doing the professional thing here by not having a external microphone plugged in anymore, but the studio mics on the M1 MacBook just do the job. So what more do you need?
All I was going to say, Ben, was I guess that's highlights why on the base model there's only 2 ports.
Exactly. Because you just
don't need them anymore.
Exactly.
Ports are going the same way as the floppy.